Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so excited to be guiding you through a quick, back to basics boot camp on the absolute foundational building blocks of logic and problem solving. Look, whether you're trying to navigate some really complex real world issues, or honestly just trying to win your next family board game night, having sharp reasoning and critical thinking skills is literally a game changer. So let's roll up our sleeves and get those brains in gear. So here's our boot camp game plan for today. We're going to cover the foundations of reasoning, understanding basic shapes, predicting with patterns, solving word searches, and then we'll finish up with a rapid-fire practice question showdown. All right, let's kick things off with part one, foundations of reasoning. Now, what's really fascinating here is how clearly we can separate these two brain tools. Think of critical thinking as your internal judge. It means evaluating information to figure out whether it's right or wrong. It's how you make logical decisions. Reasoning, on the other hand, well, that's your internal architect. It is the active process of finding ways to actually solve a problem. Basically, you evaluate with critical thinking and you solve with reasoning. And we actually use reasoning every single day, a lot of times without even realizing it. Just take a look at these classic games. A jigsaw puzzle, a maze, tic-tac-toe. Every single time you're trying to figure out exactly which puzzle piece fits where, or you're looking a step ahead to block your opponent's X with your O, you are turning abstract reasoning into practical, everyday fun. Moving right along to part two, understanding basic shapes. Absolutely crucial part of this is identifying basic figures around us, and there are two that are notoriously confused, the square and the rectangle, right? Because both of them have four sides and four corners, but here is the defining rule. A square has four sides that are completely 100% equal. A rectangle only has equal sides on its opposite ends. Getting these strict definitions down is pretty much the bedrock of visual reasoning. Now, beyond the square and the rectangle, our core basic shapes include the circle and the triangle. A circle is perfectly round, so 0 corners and 0 edges. A triangle, however, has exactly 3 sides and 3 corners, though those sides don't necessarily have to be equal to each other. So next time you look at a window, a wheel, or even a slice of pie, I challenge you to mentally categorize it using these exact rules. Okay, jumping into section 3, predicting with patterns. Now, spotting a pattern isn't just about noticing that something repeats. It's way more than that. Patterns are things, numbers, shapes, or images that repeat in a logical way specifically to help us make predictions. They help us understand exactly what comes next. Honestly, this is the exact same underlying skill that scientists use to predict the weather and musicians use to keep a rhythm. Let's look at an example. We've got a row here of green hexagons and pink pentagons alternating, and right beneath that, brown triangles and blue circles. I want you to mentally play along with me here for a second. If you see a yellow square, a purple trapezoid, a yellow square, and a purple trapezoid, your brain just instantly knows a yellow square is coming next, right? You are making those logical connections completely on the fly. All right, let's head into part 4, solving word searches. So a lot of times people just kind of randomly scan a word maze, just hoping a word jumps out at them. But reasoning demands a much more structured approach. So here is the precise algorithm to become an absolute word search master. Step 1, look at all the rows one by one, scanning strictly from left to right. Step 2, search for the first letter of your target word. Step 3, if you find the word, circle it. Step 4, if you've scanned all the rows and haven't found it, switch up your strategy to the columns, looking from up to down. It's a really simple, foolproof process. And here's what that algorithm looks like in action on a sample grid. Say we're looking for the word dog. We scan that top row left to right. Z, D, O, G. Boom. Found it immediately. Now, if we were looking for draw, we'd scan the rows, fail to find it, and then instantly switch to scanning the columns up to down until we hit it in the top right. Systematic, and it guarantees success every time.
Okay, it's time for Section 5, the Practice Question Showdown.
All right, here is your first question, pulled directly from the material. Which shape has 3 corners and 3 sides? Is it A, a square, B, a circle, or C, a triangle? I'll give you a quick beat to lock in your answer. Okay, if you said C, triangle, you are absolutely correct. A triangle rocks exactly 3 sides and 3 corners. To ground this in the real world for a second, think of a coin when you're trying to picture a circle with no corners, and think of just a regular slice of sandwich bread when you think of a square.
Let's hit the next challenge. True or false? A slice of pizza is often shaped like a square. Think about what you typically get delivered in that cardboard box. The answer is false. Unless you're ordering a very specific type of deep dish, a standard slice of pizza is definitely a triangle, not a square. Running through our rapid-fire answer key here, we can also confirm that a circle having 4 sides, false. A rectangle having 4 equal sides, also false, that is a square's job. But a pattern repeating in order, that is a resounding true.
Okay, let's test those pattern prediction skills we talked about. What comes next in this sequence? Star, square, star, square, star, blank. Use your reasoning. What's the future hold here?
And the answer is indeed a square. You correctly identified the repeating logic. And just a quick reminder, this works exactly the same way for numbers too. A repeating sequence like 1, 5, 1, 5 is the exact same logical concept.
Let's do one final sweep of the rules with this match the columns challenge. So a circle matches over to no corners. A square matches to 4 equal sides. A triangle goes to 3 corners. A rectangle means opposite sides are equal. And finally, a pattern repeats in order. If you can match all of those up in your sleep, your foundational reasoning is rock solid. And honestly, just like that, we've successfully used our newly honed critical thinking and reasoning skills to completely crush the multiple choice and question and answer sections of this chapter. You evaluated the information and you solved the problems. To wrap up our explainer today, I'm going to leave this higher order thinking skills, or HOTS, word search puzzle right here on the screen for you. There are hidden words in there based on the images like ant, egg, net, and tent. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Armed with that algorithmic row-by-column method we discussed earlier, how quickly can you logically and systematically crack this final grid? Put your skills to the test, keep evaluating, keep reasoning, and until next time, keep learning.